Welcome to Tribune Online TV. I'm Shegun Adebayo, and I'm with me in the studio today. And with us in the studio, we have a two-term member of the House of Representatives, is Honorable Saheed Fijabi, just left the House of Representatives. He will be talking to us today about his next line of action as regards politics and what the people should expect from him. His House leadership recently elected new officers, and there were bickerings. There were a lot of issues before that thing came up. Would you like to tell us what do you think about the new leadership as things stand today?
I think you should be expecting the best from them, actually. And the new speaker, Honorable Femi Fijabi, is a fifth-term member in the House. So he's a seasoned member, he's a seasoned legislator, so you understand what he's doing. But all we just ask people in there is just to support him with all what they can use to support him. And again, the other side, Honorable Umar Bago that contested against him. I think it's the beauty of democracy. And him losing, that doesn't mean he's not towing the line of the party. He just believes that he himself, his constituent, might have asked him to go all out and bring the speakership back to Niger State. I think that's the reason why, and you can see some people supported him as well. And in the House, you should know that it comprises of a lot of political parties, not APC alone. We have PDP, we have APC, we have ABGA, we have a lot of hosts of other parties there who are ready to support one or two candidates apart from Honorable Femi Fijabi. But all in all, we should be expecting the best from them. They will be building on what other houses have done from 7 to 8, and this is the 9th assembly. And the most germane and the most important thing is that everything we are doing, we should believe that Nigerians are the people that voted us into power, and we should do what they want. So basically, I think it will be one of the best houses. At least if you have the 7, the 8, the 9 should better the other houses.
Mr. Adekombi.
Thank you very much. Honorable,
you
know that one of the reasons President Muhammadu Buhari has given for what Nigerians have perceived to be low performance is the fact that the leadership of the 8th Assembly frustrated a lot of the things, a lot of the programs that the President intended to implement and do for Nigerians. Now that you have the choices of the presidency at the heads of the two chambers, should we expect that things will be differently done? Are Nigerians going to benefit more now that we have the choices of APC, the choices of Mr. President as leaders in the National Assembly?
Luckily, we have the choice of Mr. President being the heads of the National Assembly as a whole. But speaking from the angle of opposition, I know the opposition will be so happy to say, Mr. President, you have what you want, this is what you wanted, and you've got it. So let's see how it's going to play out. But don't let us forget, we have 3 arms of government. We have the legislative, the judiciary, and we have the executive. And these arms of government should be working independent of each other. So at every point in time, when people say there is a legislator that won't allow the executive to work, no, it's not. It is not. If you are working, if you are ready to work, definitely you will work. All they need to do is bring laws which we will be passing into law and send Mr. President to assign into it. The most important law is the appropriation bill, which every other year is being passed, and it's now the implementation. It's not the houses or it's not the legislator that will implement it. It's the executive arm of government after being passed through the both houses. Mr. President assigned to it. Now it's for them to execute whatever is in the law. But being a member of APC, I would say we are lucky this time around. What Mr. President wanted, he had it. And now let's see how it's going to play out. And I'm praying for them so Nigerians will see that this party is the party of the masses, and we want to lead them to bring Nigeria from where it is in 2015. This is next level, we call it, and we have to get to the next level.
So it means there shouldn't be excuses now.
But that's what the opposition will be playing on, that there shouldn't be any excuses. But there will be a lot of excuses because it shouldn't be a rubber stamp legislator. What is wrong? See, a very good example is in America now, Trump is finding it hard in the House of Representatives. They find it so hard in there. But the legislators are actually doing what's expected of them. You don't expect me now for a law to bring a law. I'm representing a lot of people. 360 members, they're sitting down to represent their constituencies. and executive bringing a law that they believe it won't work for the masses. I expected them, because few people at the executive believe it works for them. And if 360 members representing like 200 million people believe it's not going to work for Nigerians, so they won't pass it. But we need to be very, very careful. And we won't shoot ourselves in the leg, believing that, okay, because we have the House, we have the Senate, what Mr. President is there. But I believe the both President of the Senate, House Speaker, I know they would run the House in such a way that Nigeria will enjoy it. In such a way that they will carry out their own primary assignment, which will reflect on whatever decisions they are making. It's very key. It's independent of each other. That's why that is what they call democracy. It is not the military rule. It's not military rule. It's military that Mr. President will say, okay, this is what we want to do. We are doing it.
So you don't share the views of those who say that because you have the president and APC's yes men in charge of the National Assembly now, that the independence of the legislature is going to be compromised?
It could be, if care is not taken. But it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. But still, that doesn't mean that they are not working with Mr. President. Bringing a bill and not being passed, or some changes have been, or some amendment has been done to it, that doesn't mean you are not doing, you need to do the right thing. Because Femi Fijabi is from APC, Mr. President from APC, that doesn't mean when Mr. President say A, Femi will now won't check it. Will now say, okay, A is A. And it doesn't work for the masses. It's very key. We need to understand the rule of governance.
Let me ask you this. Before this new leadership was inaugurated, there were issues that played up. People said some lawmakers were being bribed to dance in a particular tune and all that. In fact, we saw flashes of whereby lawmakers were actually taking pictures. They took shots of the process when they were voting, ballot papers and all that. I mean, okay, I want to take you back to the 8th Assembly. You were one of the people who worked for the ascension of Dogara.
Me and one of the people that work for Nigeria, not for Dogara.
Well, let me put it that way. But Dogara became
my federal constituency.
Okay, Dogara became the speaker, and you were compensated.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't compensated because the guy I was compensated because of my capacity, my capability, and because the House believed in me that I would carry out my tax well. It's not because I was compensated because because I'm a ranking member of the House.
Let me now ask you, now that a new leadership has come up to play, what do you make of that moment, that moment when they were actually they were seen to be kind of bribed and all that? What do you think about that?
That's what people keep saying, bribing. But I mean, I'll call it lobbying. You can lobby. Even campaigning is part of lobbying. If I come to you, I campaign to you, I can lobby you. If I think, okay, this is what can make you give you my vote, I can lobby you through that thing. But I know there's some different things coming up, that there's bribery, during the electioneering, that some people were given money. Anyway, I'm not part of the process, so I wouldn't speak more on it. But if there is, that's very wrong. But I think I was reading in the news as well that some people have gone to court to prove. If it's in court, let them prove it. If it's the EFCC wants to prove it, let them prove it. But the most important thing is that Femi Fijabi on that day had like 200 and something votes. So let's support him. Let him carry out his tax. And that's the only thing we can do. Let's support our leader. He's our leader. We support him. Let him go all out. And the guy has done his own. Tambo has done his own. So, and we've done our own too. So what we can now say is, okay, what's the difference between Femi and Dogara regime? What's the difference between Fijabi and Stanley regime? That's what we've been looking for. It's very key. But me, personally, whenever anybody that is my leader, I would definitely support him. Good, bad, good. He finds himself there, he's there. Let's support him. It's a common goal of Nigeria that we see our people, they must smile this time. We've been failing our people as a politicians. Yes.
As somebody who has been in the Green Chamber for 8 years, I'm sure you have a lot of experience.
Yeah.
So what would you advise the current National Assembly, particularly the House of Reps, to begin with in terms of reforms to law or to institutions? Some people have suggested that the 8th National Assembly could not push through the amendment to the Electoral Act because it was presented to the president very late, very close to election. So would you suggest that they should start with the Electoral Act amendment or any other thing that you might want to?
That's true. There's some things nobody can perform 100%. There's some lapses somewhere, and I think that's part of it. I think they should start early, like the Constitution amendment should start early, the Electoral Act amendment should start early. Even if the president wants to turn back for some amendments, some amendment to the amendment, so they can do it on time. But the key is most of the laws we are making it for the moment, because I believe that Fijabi will continue to be there. So I make law that will suit Fijabi. But we've forgotten that even if I decided to be there for 100 times, one day I will leave. At least you will die. Definitely you must leave. So let's make law for Nigeria, for Nigerians, not solely because of my personal interest, because I believe I'll keep contesting, I'll keep winning. But that is a bit of selfishness. So, but now, I would say let them start. The most important thing is the Constitution amendment. Let's start on time. The Electoral Act amendment let's start on time too, so we can get it done. And if the electoral bill, if it's been presented on time, let's work on it. But because what people are saying outside, that doesn't mean we should not carry out that doesn't mean they should not carry out their tax well, because they will say Nigerian will say we are late. No, if you are going to be late and get the result, it's better than rushing and getting zero. Because Nigerians, they will criticize you as much as they can criticize you. By the end of the day, if they see you having the result, they will come back to say thank you. Yeah, so that is the reason why, as lawmakers, we need to sit down, and the crop of lawmakers in there, and that is what we need to go back to the drawing board and think about. The turnover of lawmakers is so poor that every other time we need to start from the background.
It's so poor because those of you who are elected to represent the people, you don't do well.
No, we've done a lot.
You don't represent the people, you represent your pocket. That's the allegation from Nigerians.
And that's the allegation for Nigeria, because the level of poverty in Nigeria is so high. Yeah. So compare the turnover rate in where these democracies of the world, like the UK, like America, you see the turnover rate. There's some people in that house that have been there for 30-something years. Nobody cares, because the poverty rate is so low that if you want to work, you can work. You want to eat, you can eat. If you want to get on the road, there's a good road. There's a lot of things good. Education is fine. But here, even leaving home as a politician, I'm going there to enrich my pockets. Yes. Even leaving home, some are in the House of Rep, in the House of Assembly, in the Senate, just to better their names. We have a lot of 419 sitting down in there. Wow. We have a lot of Yahoo sitting down in there. Everybody knows. Yes. But because they want to better their name, they want to call themselves honorable.
From Oyo State.
No, this is Nigeria. This is Nigerians. You can. But because Nigerians, I keep telling people, now I cease to be an honorable member. My life still continues the normal way I will continue to live. And I think what has changed about me is because the HON in front of my name. But as much as I can, I still live my life.
Simple life.
Yes. But and you see some people, some Yahoo, some 419 honorable members in there sitting in Nigeria.
In the 9th Assembly.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, even in the 8th Assembly. I can't even imagine myself sitting with some people. It doesn't make any sense. All they are going in there to do is to better their name and to correct their wrongs with honorable. And people will still vote for them. Don't forget to.
Because they will have
a lot
of money.
On Saturday, we had a computer training for people in my federal constituency in Ibadan, actually. And I was talking to people that you cannot blame anybody. If I'm voting and I come to you, I give you 2,000, that's your 2,000 for the next 4 years. I did well. I didn't do well. It's none of your business to come to me and tell me, because I paid you. I go and vote. And you voted. Your conscience with 2,000. So it will continue. The poverty in Nigeria will continue until we can see Hong Kong. See how many people on the streets because of a law, because of just ordinary law. And they said until even that the chief executive resigns, they won't leave the street. Until they reverse the law, they won't leave the street. Can we do it? No. Anybody that's demonstrating in Nigeria will be induced with money. Nobody is inducing them before they can do. But there's a lot of changes we have to do in Nigeria. And Nigerians will even celebrate non-entities. They will celebrate mediocrity. You will say 419. with a lot of convoy in his car. Nigeria will be running after them. We that we walk jeje on the streets, there will be, you know, things need to change. It needs to change, and can only change if the followership decided to change it.
When you said earlier that nothing has changed about you.
No, nothing.
But some people say, oh, Honorable Fijabi, before he became a member of the House of Reps, he was living in a very simple house. Now he's going to live in a mansion.
Because
things have changed.
No, my poverty, my background, if you can see my background, luckily when people start talking, I'll tell them, have you seen my father before? The house he have in Orogu is not because when I became the honorable member, he had it. The house he has in Dubai is not because when I'm honorable member, he had it. No.
Of course.
And I'm telling them, most people don't know me. They thought actually, when Fijabi didn't go to school, they thought I didn't have any brain. They thought I'm just one of these useless people that roam the street. No. I went to schools home and abroad. And I bettered my life. So if in the past 8 years, I could have been the chairman, chief executive of Globacom Nigeria, I will hand some money and I will use it. While as an honorable member, I hand some few money. And that's the reason why I plowed back into, I should be able to live a better life myself. But it's not that I'll be flaunting it that this is honorable, no. So it's very key when people saying, and I'm growing. So, and as Nigerian, as people, we pray that we should be adding more to whatever we're doing. It's not to be subtracted. So it's very key if somebody saying I'm living in a big house. Thank God. Yes, I am. I'm living in that Lubosa. No matter how it is. But that house was built for 8 years.
Yes.
And I'm still building.
Yes.
That's all.
Let me ask you this. A new government has taken over in Oyo State from the APC. We have Saheed Fijabi now as the governor. What do you think of the governor and his government?
No, I think it's still early anyway. We cannot be able. We won't be. Me personally, I won't start criticizing him, and if I have to, I have some reasons to criticize him. But it's too early. We need to give him time. I think he's still in the first trimester. He's still in the honeymoon period. He's still getting himself together. But there are some policies he made at the beginning that is very wrong, and you will fail if you keep doing that one. Because the little one he has made by saying he wants to erase Ajimobi's legacy is quite wrong.
What legacy?
Like coming in there saying 3,000, they should raise 3,000. There is no way in this world education is free. Don't forget.
Is that a legacy of Ajimobi?
No, it's part of what he made.
Parent to pay
1,000.
Government is supposed to be giving them running grants.
No, if
schools.
Let me tell you, if I won't be popular with what I'm saying, but I'll tell you the truth. There is nowhere in the world that education is free. If you want quality education, a term, 3 months, 1,000 naira. I know there's some people that won't be able to pay it, but a lot of people should be able to pay it because you want the best for your kids. You want the best for your ward. 1,000 in 3 months, 3,000 in a whole year is not too much for you to send your kids to school. But if you say he raised it, fine. It's part of what he believes. Let him find a way. Let him bring his own grant and put it into it. There's a lot of things. Then they said he's sacking the local government chairman. He should, there's law. But that is him. I wouldn't blame him. If I can criticize him, that's what he believes he wants to do. He has 4 years. I can only pray for him to succeed because this is my state. That doesn't mean when another 4 years comes, APC will win the governorship or any other elections. It's a minor setback. Yeah, we will. They're coming back. Because I told you, just wait. There's no way a governor will come now and will beat Ajimobi's legacy. There's no way a House of Rep member will come now in Ibadan Southwest North and beat Fijabi's legacy. It's not possible. It's 8 years. And that 8 years is not as if you are sitting at home. I can count a lot of things. Me, myself, I've done to this federal constituency. And we are seeing continuing.
You were sinking balls.
No, not only balls. Yes. While it's sinking balls, that's palliative measures, which you have to do when there is no pipe-borne water in our houses.
So what other things did you do?
I told you yesterday, this Saturday, I still ran a ICT program for over 250 people. That's impacting knowledge, bringing knowledge into people. That's the only thing you can give people, is knowledge. If I give you money, you finish it. But the moment I take you to classroom and say, okay, 1, 2, 3, this is it, you gain it. It's for your head, it's for your brain.
Did you facilitate anything from federal
projects
to your constituency?
Go to federal projects. We're scattered everywhere. But if you want me to name it, I will. But I want people themselves to see the difference.
Mention some of them.
Yeah, there is where we had that training. I did it in LA School of Hygiene in LA. They have 200 computers based classroom. The project worth 350 million naira. But people, because of the poverty level, they don't care. And so you like Jenny. Say you like Jenny. Say you do one. But you know, we need to change this orientation. My life doesn't depend on politics. I keep telling people. Even when I lost, but people say I'm running to London, I said to them, no, there's no way in this world I have to live. Ibadan. I love living in Ibadan. And I continue to live my life. So nobody can drive me from away. It's a setback. And that doesn't mean I'll still continue in politics. I might have to continue. I might have not to continue. But doing the best thing, impacting knowledge in people, I'll continue on that one. Developing others. Go to Queen School here. There's another big one there. Go to comprehensive high schools. All these projects, I could have find land for myself, buy land, and do it for me, for my personal. But no, I know that people will go through these things one way or the other. Out of 200 or 300 we trained last Saturday, 10 of them will definitely get something out of that thing, if not all. So that is it. But it's so difficult that people doesn't cherish or care about education.
So if you did all this,
yeah,
why did people of your constituency vote you out?
Yeah, because
last election, they voted you out.
Because let me tell you, one of our members said, all these projects we will stop doing it.
Why?
Because people will never base your performance on amount of projects you did. They base it on Fijabi Babare, that's what they base all these things on. Yes. Some people believe that I must be out of that thing because even when Elomi don't say it's not your brother, it's not your family, you will never see it, him or her doing it. But because of that eternal inside, that Fijabi, no, it won't be only him.
Even from your party members, APC?
No, a lot. It's even much within my party than outside.
So how did it?
Let me tell you, we would have won that election if we were able to coordinate our in-house. They probably start from the party. Because these are your eyes, they are your mouth, they will be the ones to go all out and say, okay, vote for. But when you have your party member sitting as a party agent and he's asking them, vote for this one, don't vote for this one, vote for this one. You know, that's the reason. All because they believe they've not gained from you, which is a lie.
Directly.
They have. For the good 8 years, times 360 times 8 days, I've never seen a day that will not give somebody the minimum 10,000 naira. Count average of it till date.
Every day.
But because they think, give Adekombi Corolla, this one Lampard, they say no, they come from Corolla here now. So that's the way it goes. Nigeria, we need to see that we need serious orientation. If not, this poverty of the mind is the most important thing that is still going in Nigeria. We are so backward in thinking that you keep thinking that what should I say? I've been on a radio program. Somebody called me and said, you've done well, but you just said let another person come in. Another person you sent to the house. Now we start from the beginning. Quote me.
But in the interest of the people of your constituency, it is expected that you will hand over to him where you have stopped. Okay, these are the projects I'm pursuing for the good of the people of our constituency. Therefore, now that the people have elected, okay, you can take over this.
Let him go ahead and take it over. It's none of my business. The projects are not in my house.
I'm not saying, but there are things you are definitely pursuing. You know, from certain ministries, the departments and agencies of government that you can. Honorable Stanley, I'm doing this. You can continue in the interest of the people. Not because you lost an election.
Let me tell you two things. You won't be able to continue and for two reasons.
Right.
Because of APC and PDP. Because if he wants to continue, my party will tell him that this is APC project. And if he wants to continue, his own people will tell him that no, you can't do APC's project. Let's start our own afresh. I had the experience. When I come into power newly, a lot of balls being all over scattered everywhere. And I said, instead of me starting with new ones, let's start repairing. We repair for you. what we saw at the end of the day, we're being attacked. I know when you say PDP, you cannot do it. You know that this mentality, this poverty mentality, is very key.
But it's government money. You need to.
It doesn't. Poverty is all about how much money you have in your pocket. So start with your thinking. You don't get it. People say that I won't be able to go out. The next day, the day I lost my, the second day, I'm on the street of Ibadan. I don't really care. It could be painful because you lose some things. It could be painful because you're resourcing. Yes, because that is it. And think about it. In Nigerian election, last election, all from the 36 local governments, 36 states, the presidential election, money spent is billions of dollars. Yes.
Dollars?
Yes, count it. Even if it's a rumor. I know how much I spent.
How much is this?
It's not as if I'm spending, I'm building out. It's not as if I'm spending.
How much is this spending?
It's not as if I'm spending, I'm building a factory for people to employ people. No.
Can you tell us how much?
I'm just saying I know how much I spent.
200 million?
No. Even if I know, will I come on here and tell you? How will I get the 200 million? I should be, if I mention 200 million, I spent 200 million, AFC should come and take me. Where do I get 200 million from? But I'm just saying, even as a rumor, we know how much Atiku spent during his primary election alone.
What about Buhari?
We know how much everybody should be spending, must have spent. So because people are
you said your colleagues who are in the National Assembly, they got $100,000 each to vote by the
You said my colleague in the night.
They are your colleagues.
I'm not part of night, so I wouldn't have known that.
But they are still your colleagues.
Yeah, they are my colleagues.
They are your friends.
I'm just saying, if I've collected that 100,000, then I would have said, okay, we collected. But if that should have happened, then we are sick. Even if it's $10,000, that's 3.6 million naira for each member times 360. That's like something billion of naira. For how much do you think you will make there? Even if you are going there to make money. I keep telling people, and we keep losing one track. And I want, even as journalists, go and pick former members, X-ray our life during and after. You will see. Most of us will come out more and more poorer. Yes. Check it.
Because they pocket money that is meant for the welfare of the
people. That is not it.
That's why that happens.
That is not it.
It's law of karma.
That is not it. It's not karma. There's no karma anyway.
What you see?
It's the amount of money you spend and the amount of a pay they will give you every time. Yes.
So you actually believe that the courses that people bring on politicians, they are effective.
No,
they work.
Even you've been praying. See, okay. Me myself, I've been praying for something. I've not been able to get it. How much more people now start swearing on me? How much money you have to be spending every day? So, but we need to. Everything is about the leadership and the followership. The followership needs to understand that the more you ask from these people, the more you ask them, the more you drag them, the more you push them to steal more, the more you ask them to take more bribe. But I understand the followership because things might be difficult. But still, when you start thinking, who are we voting for? Where are they coming from? What is their background? How would you be voting for 419? I don't get it.
Yeah, so
it's sad. It's sickening. Yes, it's not good as a nation. And as a nation, somebody that everybody knew, quite alright, this guy is of dubious character, will now be sitting down in the National Assembly of Nigeria.
It is the responsibility of political parties to ensure that the candidate they are presenting are morally sound, morally fit.
And the political people.
It is not the job of electorate.
The electorate are part of political parties too.
How?
But don't forget, there's some political party that is just your leader that will choose you. I'm so lucky that all of my elections I did primaries, and everybody knows. Yes.
Governor Adimobi chose you over others.
No. I did my primary
election. Why you went to the primary lost the election?
Don't forget, it's an effect. And don't forget, APC lost the election majorly or solely in Oyo South senatorial.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where our downfall starts coming from. And after, when it goes to that governorship election, everything now changed. We now lost everything. So just, there's a lot of things you cannot say. As a party member, as a party man that is within our party, we sit down and iron it out. There's nothing you won't say on here.
So what is the way forward for your APC, even as you look towards 2023?
We need to sit down first. I keep clamoring it. Sit down. Let's find a way forward. We need to fight. We need to quarrel. We need to understand that this is where our mistakes are. We need to. Everybody needs to understand that we are one in the party, and we need to understand that there are some people that were in the party, some left, because some people are still coming back. We are still one. And again, we need to look into our executive, executive members of the parties.
Dissolve them?
In 3 years, they'll be dissolved. That's what the law says. But before then, we could actually do something. Some of them should be resigning themselves. Because they are not enough to be an executive member.
Wow.
Yes, they are not. How will you have an executive member, a chairman of APC party, saying vote for this, don't vote for this? Vote for vote for party B. It's not done. Because of what? So there's a lot to be done. And don't forget, in Oyo State, Ibadan is the political headquarters.
Of course.
You understand?
Of course.
And in Ibadan right now, APC, except in Ibadan North, APC has no political office holder. Yes, except Ibadan North. APC has no political office holder in the whole of Ibadan land. So that is the reason why we need to sit down, and if they want to listen, let them listen, or else we continue in the same ship we are going into. But I pray we'll sit down. It's our party. Sometimes it happens, and we just have to find a way around it and see ourselves, and let's move on. The party to beat in 2023. We are coming back.
Wow, it's been so nice having you.
Thank you very much.
Sharing your ideas, your feelings about the elections and the hope and aspirations and all that for the next 4 years. So viewers, it's been nice.